Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu rasulillah. So, today I'm going to go on with a review from page 53 of the book. And today we're going to talk about Aqsamul Asma'il Mu'rab. So, they're obviously with nouns, they are those that are Mu'rab and those that are mabni. We've been talking about all the mabni, the whole list of al-dhamair, asma al-mawsula, asma al-ishara, asma al-af'al. Those were mabni. So we're talking about now mu'rab. So there are different types of mu'rab. Those that decline, nouns that decline, like Muhammadin, Muhammadin, Muhammadin. There are two major types of these. Okay, so among the mu'rab nouns, so those that decline, among the mu'rab nouns, you can divide them into two categories. Okay, and you can more no those that decline, there are two types. There are munsarif and ghayr munsarif. Okay, the way I think of it is that these are complete. They completely decline. They completely decline. Muhammadin, 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 and there's a partial decline. That's how I think of it. Okay. Okay, don't take that for like official definition. So completely decline and partial decline. Although I do think that some terminology like that is also used. So there's complete declension, and these are partial declension, partially decline. Okay, so now, so how do we know which one is complete declension and non-complete declension? Okay, so there are nine. There's something called this word over here. Okay, this is like a pretty important term over here. Asbab, and you're going to list these first. Okay, this is asbab. Okay, man'u sarfi. That prevent declension. Okay, okay, causes that prevent declension. That prevent the declension. Obviously, we know Muhammadun going to Muhammadan to Muhammadin. Those are changing forms. The sarf is like the change, right? So asbabu man usarf is those the causes that prevent declension. Okay, there are nine of them. So there are total nine of these. Okay, for a noun for a noun to be considered ghayr munsarif, it has to have two of those nine causes, or one cause that is a strong cause, that it's equivalent. So there are nine causes over here that make a noun to be ghayr munsarif or partially decline, and it has two of those nine categories, or one category that is like super strong. So they're among the nine things that cause partial declension. The Well, two of them are very very strong. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is this list these nine categories. So again, aqsam, the types of nouns that are mu'rabun, which means decline. Types of declinable nouns, there are munsarif and ghayr munsarif. Munsarif nouns, they do not have they do not have two causes from among the nine causes that prevent declension, asbabu manu sarfi, or one such cause which is equal to two causes. They accept all harakat and tanween. So they accept. So this is the idea. So if they don't have any of those, they accept. Okay, all harakat and tanween. So they accept all harakat and tanween. Okay, so that's the key thing. If they don't have any of this, okay. Best example for me is Muhammadun, Muhammadin, Muhammadin. Okay, it can have tanween, and it can accept fatha, kasra, and dhamma as i'rab. Okay, all right, and ghayr munsarif. So ghayr munsarif, if they do have two of the nine or one that's really strong, then they're considered ghayr munsarif. Okay, so they do not accept. So there's two qualities of these of this thing. Okay, they know they can they do not accept the kasra. They have no kasra, and they do not accept the tanween. So they don't have kasra and they don't have tanween, and that's the key difference between this thing. And that's what you have to remember: no kasra and no tanween. And when they're supposed to take kasra, they'll take a fatha. Okay, so let's just list for these nine causes of asbabu man or sarfi. Okay, and then we'll talk about them in detail. So first is adlun. First is adlun. Okay, whatever that means, we're going to talk about it. Okay, and then the number two. Okay, number two is wasfun. Adlun, wasfun, and number three is alamun. Alamun. Okay, and then number four is a big word. Okay, it's called ta'nithun. Ta, sorry, that's a ta'nithun. Ta'nithun. Okay, ta'nithun. So this is like a hamza over here. Ta'nithun. And number five is ujmatun. 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 Number five is ujmatun. And very strange sounding words, I have to say. Number six is tarkibun. Tarkibun. Number six is tarkibun. Okay, and then number seven is a big word, a fancy word. Okay, alif wa noon zaidatan. Okay, so this is alif. Okay, like this. Alifun, alifun, wa noon, wa noonun zaidatan. Zaida. So zaidatan. Alif and noon that are extra. Zaidatan. Ni. Zaidatan. Okay, and there are two more. I just want to put them on the same area here. That's seven, and there's eight here. Okay, eight is wazn fi'lin. Wazn fi'lin. They look like fi'ls. Nouns that look like fi'ls. Okay, that's what that means. They're in the wazn fi'lin. And finally, there it is jam'u muntaha al-jumu. Okay, hopefully we'll eventually get this. Jam'u muntaha al-jumu. Jumu'i. Okay, jam'u muntaha al-jumu'i. Okay, something to do with plurals. Okay, so here is the list. Let's just try to pronounce them. Adlun, wasfun, alamun, ta'nithun, ujmatun, tarkibun, alfu nun za'idatani, wazn fi'lin, jam'u muntahil jumu'un. Okay, jumu'in. So maybe this kind of rhymes. Adlun, wasfun, alamun, ta'nithun, أجمة تركيب ألف ونون زائدتان وزن فعل جمع منتح الجموع عدل وصف علم عين وعين عدل وصف علم تأنيث أجمة تركيب تا عين تا تأنيث عجمة تركيب. Okay, ألف ونون زائدتان. ألف ونون زائدتان. Okay, وزن فعل جمع منتهى الجموع. Okay, so adlun, wasfun, alamun. So three. Ain, waw, ain. Adlun, wasfun, alamun. Okay, ta and ta. Okay, ain, waw, ta. Ain, waw, ain, waw, ta. So let's try to remember this. Okay, watch. Ain and waw and ain. Adlun, wasfun, alamun. And then ta'nisun, uh, ujmatun, ta'nisun, ujmatun, and tarkibun. Okay, ta'nisun, ujmatun, tarkibun. Okay, and then ألف والنون ألف والنون زائدتان ألف والنون زائدتان and there's وزن and جمع منتحل جموع. Okay, last one is جمع like collection. Okay, so maybe there's some sort of semi-mnemonic going over here. عين واو عين تاء أج عين. Okay, عدل وصف عدل وصف علم تعنيث عجمة تركيب and then تركيب and then ألف والنون زائدتان وزن فعل and then جمع منتهى الجموع. Okay, so those are the 9 categories. Okay, so let me just kind of clean this out a little bit. So where's my eraser? Erase a bit here. So I do want to like make tell some kind of mnemonics. You know what I'm saying? So we have working mnemonics so far like this: adlun, wasfun, and alamun. Okay, and then next is ta'nisun, and then that's like this, ajmun, which ajmatun, ujmatun, and then again a tarkibun, ta'nisun, ujmatun, ta'isun, and then there's alfun, alif, alfun, wa nunu za'idatani, and then waw, as in aw, wazn fa'lin, and aw jam'a, like this, aw jam'a. So that could be our so far working mnemonic here. Okay. So adlun. So let's talk about one at a time. Okay. What in the world is adlun? So let's talk over here. The first category is adlun. Okay. So adlun. So adlun, it refers to the case when a noun gives up its original form to assume a new form. Adlun. Okay, I get this now. I know what this is. Okay. Adlun. So adlun, it refers to a case. See, some nouns go in historically, they've changed their character. So it's a noun that has gone through transformations in history, okay, to become a different type of a noun, okay. So from its origin uh, it looks different than it did before. So a noun which gives up its original form to assume a new form. So this is a noun which gives up uh, its original form, okay, to assume a new form, okay. And so that's this, okay. And then there are two types. Number one, okay, there's adlun tahqiqi, says ad. So there's adlun tahqiqi, tahqiqi, like this. Tahqiqiyun, tahqiqiyun, like this. Adlun tahqiqiyun, okay. It refers to the case when a noun has an original. So it refers to original is known. Okay, basically, it refers to a case where the noun has an original. For example, uh, in the case of thulatha, this word thulatha, thulatha, okay. In the case three and three together, thulatha, which means three and three together. Okay. Uh, this word originally was ثلاثة وثلاثة. Okay, it was ثلاثة وثلاثة. Okay, it was originally ثلاثة وثلاثة. So this was originally this, and but it is now this. Since we know the original, so this word actually it went this way, right? So this word became this word, but we know it came from there. So we know the original, okay? And this is the original. If the original is known, this calls adl tahqiqi, tahqiqi, and this will be one cause for it to be غير munsarif. Okay, so um, remember again, if any two of these causes are present, it will become غير munsarif, or there are two strong ones, and we shall talk about those. Okay, all right. So I kind of like Googled this meaning. So thulath means okay, three at a time. The word actually means three at a time. Thulath. Okay, three by three, three at a time. Okay, so originally it was salasatun wa salasatun. Okay, in like in threes. Okay, three at a time in threes. In a group of threes. Okay. Um, all right. So that's what the word means. Originally it was salasatu wa salasatun, but it just means thulatha. Thulatha means in group of threes. Okay, thulatha. This means in group of threes. Okay, but it was originally this, but it's just now became that. Okay, so that's that. So second type of adlun is number two type of adlun is adlu taqdiri. Adlun taqdiriyun. Adlun taqdiriyun. Okay. It refers to the case when it is assumed that a noun had an original because it is used as a ghayr munsarif by the Arabs. Okay, basically, original, not known. Okay, and it is assumed it had an original. Okay, because Arabs use it as ghayr munsarif. They use the word as ghayr munsarif, like this. Okay, so for a great example of this is Umarun. Umaru. See, the word Umaru, as in Umar, Khalifa Umar. So it has, so in Rafa state it would be this, and in Nasab state it is Umara, and in Jar state it will be Umara. So remember, in Ghair Munsarif there is no tanween, there's no kasra and no tanween, right? So when it's supposed to be kasra, it will be fatha, and they don't take any tanween. So the original of Umar is not known, uh, but, but it's assumed that it had some Umar, and it assumed that it is Amirun. Okay, okay. It's assumed that it was Amirun, the original for it. Okay. So that's so there are two types of adlun. Okay, so now we talked about this adlu tahqiqi, adlu taqdiri, right? So we talked about over here adl, and we said adl is of two type, tahqiqi, where the original is known, and the second type was adlu taqdiri. Taqdiri. So where the original known and original not known. Okay, so that's a noun that has gone through changes. Adl is like change. Okay, I guess adl is the changed noun. So that's the first type of condition of asbabu munsarif. So adlun. Okay, so now, okay, this next category is wasfun, which is the same thing as sifa. So I don't know why there's two different words. Sifatun. Okay, wasfun was sifatun. Okay, wasfun or sifatun. Okay, so that's the second category we'll talk about. Okay, so let's talk about. So this is one big category, adlun. Next, we'll talk about two, which is sifa. Sifatun, which is wasfun, sifa, and wasfun. So these are two cases when these nouns, which are sifa, adjectives, okay, descriptions, descriptive words, okay, they're the which are adjectives, okay, okay, can be ghayr munsarif, would be ghayr munsarif, partially decline, that is partially decline, sifa, okay, partially decline, that ghayr munsarif, partial decline, in two cases, okay, there are two cases. In two cases where sifa can be partially declined. The first case is the sifa was originally devised to give a description meaning. Okay, the sifa, okay, sifatun, okay, uh, was originally for descriptive meaning, for description, okay, which is wasfiyin. Okay, wasfiyun, originally descriptive, okay, but it and it is on the scale of, okay, of this. It is on the scale of af'alu. Okay, it's on the scale of af'al. Okay, so if it is on the scale of af'al, like this, then it is going to be if it's on this scale. Okay, af'al. So for example, the word ahmaru, which means red. Okay, this is a noun, but it looks like af'alu, right? In the scale of af'alu, right? And ahmar or akhdaru, which I should use red here for red. It would be kind of cool. Let's see what happens. Ahmaru for red. Okay, and then I have akhdaru, which is green. Akhdaru, which is green. This will partially decline. So it will be in rafa ahmaru, in nasab ahmara, in jar it will be ahmara. So again, akhdaru, akhdara. Okay. So that's the first condition. It's in the wazn of af'alu. Okay. And the second condition, the second case where it can be has this sifa will be ghayr munsarif is it has alif wa noon zaidatan. Okay, okay. Sifa has, okay, alif, alifun wa noon zaidatani. Okay, zaidatan. And they have alif and noon zaidatani. That is, they have this in the end. Okay, zaidatani. Okay, so in two cases where sifa will be ghair munsarif, it is in this form. Okay, it is in this form af'alu, as in ahmaru akhdaru, or it has a alif wa noon zaidatani in the end. Okay, it has alif and noon zaidatani in the end. Okay, so that's the second category. That's the second criterion. Okay, you have to have two of these to be ghair munsarif, right? Adlun was a name change. Okay, change, and then wasfun or sifa. Okay, the two types of sifa can be غير munsarif if it basically it comes in this af'al form, right? Okay, or the second thing, it has alif and noon zaidatani in the end. Okay, alif and noon zaidatani in the end. Okay, so that's that. And then the third criteria, so this was the second criteria. Okay, second criteria. All right, now the third criteria was Alamun. Okay, so let's just talk about. Well, let's not go too far from where we are. Let's talk about Alamun here. Okay, so this is an easy one. Alamun. Alamun. So it refers to the case where the noun is a proper noun. Proper noun. Okay, noun is a proper name of a person, place, or thing, such as Fatimatu. Fatimatu. It's a Fatimatu. Okay. Hadara. Hadar. Hadaramout. So if it's a proper noun, it is uh, it is it's going to be in this category. So I'm just going to write one example for Fatimatu, and that will be 8. Okay, Fatimatu. Okay, so Fatimatu, Fatimata, Fatimata. Okay, so that's that. Number 4. So this is just a proper noun. Alamun is just a proper noun. Number 4. Ta'nithun. So here let's talk about number 4 is ta'nithun. Okay. Number 4 is ta'nithun. Ta'nithun. That's ta'nithun. It refers to a case when a noun is a feminine proper noun. Here's go. Let's bring it nice. Feminine proper noun. So third, fourth category is easy. Alamun proper noun. Ta'nithun feminine proper noun. Okay, got this. So characteristics are the following. 1, it ends with ta marbuta. Ends with ta marbuta. Okay, for example, okay. Now this is interesting. Okay, it ends with ta marbuta. The example given is Talhatun. Okay, here maybe we should give an example of Ali, right, or Umar. Okay, example proper noun. Okay, but specifically here feminine proper noun. Talhatun. Talhatun. Talhatu. Not tun. Talhatu. Talhatu. Because Talhatu or Makkatu. Makkatu. So these are proper nouns with that end with proper nouns that end with tamarbuta. Now, Talha is a male's name, but the actual name is called a feminine name. It's kind of funky, but that's what it is. Even as here it says, the note says, even though Talha is a masculine proper name, it's considered a feminine because of the presence of a ta marbuta. Okay, so ta'anis and a feminine. So that's the second. Uh, Ta'anis, a feminine proper noun. It ends with ta marbuta. Or number two, it does not end with a ta marbuta, but has more than three letters. Okay, no ta marbuta, but okay, has more than three letters. Okay, for example, Zainabun, Zainabu, Nabun, Zainabu. Okay, more than three letters. So it's a feminine name. It's a proper feminine name that does not end with ta, that either ends with ta marbuta or does not have a ta marbuta but has more than three letters. Okay, this is the category. And number three is it is a non-Arabic three-letter word, and the middle letter is sakin. Okay, here's important. So non-Arab. Okay, this is a non-Arab uh, three-letter word with this is important with okay middle letter sakin. With the middle letter is sakin. Okay, so example here is Misr, Egypt. Okay, so so these are all feminine nouns. So this word Misr, in general, the names of countries are considered feminine. So so there are three types of feminine nouns that can be mu'rab, feminine proper nouns. Those that end with ta marbuta, and those that do not have ta marbuta but have more than three letters in them, such as Zainab, and those that are non-Arab names with three letters, and the middle letter has a sukun. This middle letter having a sukun is very, very important. Okay, middle letter having the sukun is very important. So that's that. Okay, all nouns ending with alif al maqsura, okay, or alif al mamduda are feminine. Okay, presence of alif al maqsura uh, and alif al mamduda is equivalent to two reasons. Okay, so I guess this goes in this case here in nouns. All right, so here's a note. Okay, all nouns, it didn't say any proper nouns, okay, that have alif maqsura or alif mamduda. Okay, so let's talk about this alif maqsura. This is a very important note because this is like two-pointer. This is one of those two-pointers, okay? Okay, because if you have one category, this is like one category that's worth 2 points, okay? All nouns that have alif maqsura, okay, al alif al maqsuratun, alif maqsura, they have alif maqsura, okay, or al alif mabduda, alif mamduda, alif maqsura or alif mamduda, okay, all nouns that are alif maqsura or alif mamduda, okay, um, okay, are feminine, are feminine. They're all feminine. They're all feminine. Okay, dry low flower. They're all feminine. So all nouns that have alif maqsura, alif mamduda, and this is worth two equivalent to two reasons. Okay, and this is equivalent to two reasons. This right here. Okay. So now, for example, alif maqsura and alif mamduda. Okay. For example, hubla. So this is hubla. Okay. Uh, this is alif maqsura. Okay. Example, and alif mamduda. Ham hamra'u. So alif mamduda is when you have a hamza preceded by like alif. Okay, that's alif mamduda. Hamra'u. Hamza preceded by alif, and this is 2 points, two reasons, and they will be ghayr munsarif. So all nouns that have alif makhsura and alif mamduda, like hubla and hamra, which is red. Okay, right? So they will be غير. So that's two reasons. Okay, so we got that. That easy. Okay, number 5 is ujmatun. Okay, the fifth reason. Okay, so let's go back over here toward. Let's be going down this massive list of things. 9 reasons, right? So 9 reasons. Adlun wasfun alimun. Admun adlun wasfun alimun. تأنيث ujmatun tarkibun. عدل وصف علم تأنيث أجمة تركيب. Okay, so we talk about adlun, which are nouns that have transformed over history, also sifas that come with in the form of af'al or have alif and noon at the extra at the end, and alamun, which are proper nouns, and ta'nisun and feminine nouns with those 3 categories of feminine noun, and with ta marbuta. They don't have ta marbuta, but they have more than 3 letters in them, or non-Arab 3-letter words with a sukun in the middle. Okay, and all nouns that have alif makhsura or alif mamduda are ghair munsarif. That's like 2 points. Okay, so we did this. So did that. So we did adlun, we did wasfun, we did almun, we did this. Now we're going to talk about ujmatun. So let's just talk about ujmatun over here. So ujmatun, this is category number 5. This is ujmatun. Okay, ujmatun refers to a case when a word which is a proper noun in a non-Arabic language has either. So this is a proper noun. This is a proper non-Arab noun. Proper noun. It's a non-Arab noun. Non-Arab proper noun. Okay. It's a non-Arab proper noun, but with non-Arab proper noun, but it has to have 2 criteria. It has to have with more than 3 letters. More than 3 letters. Okay. For example, Ibrahimu. So this would be this Ibrahimu. Okay. Or the second reason. Okay. Or has 3 letters and the middle letter is mutaharrik. 3 letters with mutaharrik middle letter. middle. Mutaharrik middle letter. Okay. Mutaharrik middle. Like, for example, Shataru, which is apparently a name of a fort. Shataru. Okay. See, the middle letter is a mutaharrik letter. Okay. So non-Arab proper nouns. Okay. So these are basically, let me just put it like this. Ujmatun are non-Arab proper nouns. Non-Arab proper nouns. with these qualities. Okay, if they're more than three letters, Ibrahim, or if they're three letters, they have a mutaharrik middle letter. Okay, then this then gives them 1 point. Okay, ujimatun. All right, there's another note over here. The difference between Nuhun and Misrun is that Misrun is a feminine noun because it's being the name of a country, while Nuhun is not a feminine noun. Thus, Misrun is ghayr munsarif because of ta'nis and alamun, while Nuhun is munsarif because it only has alamun. Ultimatun does not apply either. Okay. Ujmatun does not apply either. For example, this is an interesting example. Okay, so now, for example, you have to have two reasons, right? Okay, so there's example here is given between the difference of the word nuhun, okay, and the word misrun, okay, nuhun and misru, okay. So nuhun, as you can see clearly, let me put it this way. Nuhun, okay, and Misru, okay. Now this one is munsarif, okay. In other words, it will be Nuhan, and Nuhin. It can have all three forms. Where Misru is غير munsarif. It will be Misru, Misra, Misra in Rafa, Nasab, and Jar state. So, like this. Why? Okay, because now you would think that, okay, first of all, there's this rule. See, a non-Arab three-letter word with middle letter having hat sukun. So you said this should work, right? But this is one of the criterias. But this is not a feminine noun. Nuhun is not a feminine noun because it's a male's name. Okay, so a feminine proper noun. So this rule of this having a middle letter is does not apply. Okay, it's a proper noun, uh, uh, but it has a sukun in the end, so it does not apply. So the only something one of the nine criteria this apply would be alamun. This is a proper noun, okay, but that's not enough. You have to have two categories, okay. And you could say it is ujmatun, right? It is a foreign name, right? You could say, isn't it for something to do with foreign names that we can uh, uh, use that? Well, no, they have to be female foreign names, non-Arab three-letter words with the middle letter has to be sukun, but that's for female proper nouns. Okay, so in this case, so far that we have talked about, none of this applies. It's not adlun, okay, and it's not sifa, okay. Number two and number three, and it is alamun. It's proper noun, but it's a male proper noun. It's 1 point, so it gets 1 point, and it's not female proper noun, and so it would not apply here. So so the word nuhun only gets 1 point. Okay, so because you need 2 points. Now, Misrun is a female proper noun. And it's a female proper noun because it's the name of a city, and it has a sukun in the end, so it gets 1 point from this, and then it's a name, proper name, so it gets another point from that. That's why it is Gamil Khair Munsarif. So Misrun is this one here. Misru gets 1 point from here, okay, because middle letter is a sukun, and proper names of cities and countries are feminine, and it's a proper name like this. Um, so it gets 2 points from there. Okay, so that's what the example is. No, the difference between Nuhun and Misrun is that Misru is a feminine noun because it's being the name of a country. So names of countries are feminine, while Nuhun is not a feminine. Misrun is غير munsarif because of ta'nisia and alamun, while Nuhun is a munsarif because it is only alamun. Ujmatun does not apply either because if it's ujmatun, it has to have ujmatun does not apply either. Ujmatun, okay. Um, for ujmatun only has to be for in this case over here. All right. All right. So then, okay. So we talked about so far. So let's see what categories have we talked about so far from our list over here. So adlun, names that have evolved. Sifatun or wasfun. We talked about in pattern af'al and alif and nun in the end. Alimun, proper noun. Ta'nisun, feminine nouns. And ujmatun are ujmatun, non-Arab proper nouns. In non-Arab proper nouns like nuhun, okay, more than three letters, no. Three letters with mutaharrik, nuhun. So nuhun would not apply. See, nuhun would not apply over here because it's this one applies three letters, yes, but the middle letters is mutaharrik, no. So the nuhun will be therefore not get that point. Okay, so we talked about ujmatun over here. And next we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're getting there. Tarkibun. Now, this tarkibun number 6 is actually easy, inshallah. So let's talk about tarkibun. I'll just talk about it over here, maybe. Tarkibun is a combination of two words. Two word combo name. Combination of two words, and which is a proper noun, alamun. Okay, it's a proper noun combination of two, like ba'alabaka, ba'alabaka, ba'alabaku. Okay, ba'alabaku is the name of place, and Hadramaut. So this is an easy one. It's a two-word combo name, Turkey one. That's 1 point. Okay. And then this one said alifun wa noon za'idatani, alifun and noon za'idatani. Okay, so this we'll talk about alif and noon za'idatani. We're going to have to make some room over here since we're going kind of like in this direction. Let's see if we have room here. Let's go. Let's go over here. Which number 7, right? So let's talk about number 7 here. This is alif. Okay, alifu wa noon زائدتان. Extra alif and nun in the end. It refers to, let's get this in here. It refers to the case where a noun ends with the alif and a nun. A noun ends with like alif and a nun, like this. زائدتان. Okay, tan, like this, just like زائدتان. And one of the following. It has this and one of these. One of the following. So what's that one of the following? Okay, number 1 here. Okay, the alif and the noon appear at the end, such as of such a noun, which is alam. Okay, so alif and noon uh, of alamun, a proper noun. Okay, so so it has. Basically, you don't have to say this. So alif and noon are present, and one of these, so it is alamun. It is a proper noun. Okay. Note, the word sa'dan is not ghayr munsarif, but is not a proper noun. Okay. For example given here are Uthman, which will be ghayr munsarif, Imran. Okay. So these are, and then they comment on this word sa'dan. Sa'danun. This is grass. So this is not a ghayr munsarif. because it's not a proper noun. Not a proper noun. See, it's not a proper noun. So Uthman and Imran are they have this alif wa noon za'idatan in the end, and they are a proper noun. So they have to be proper noun. The second thing is the alif and noon appear at the end of the sifa whose feminine is not on the wazn of fa'alanatu. So they have it's a sifa, okay, um, it's a sifa whose feminine is not. It's the feminine is not, okay, on the wazn on fa'lanatun. In other words, they have alif and noon in the end. You cannot just add the ta marbuta and make a wazn out of it. So you can't. So those would not qualify. So it's a sifa whose feminine cannot be just the extra ta marbuta. Okay, it is alif and noon zaidatani who is a sifa. It's a proper noun if you got that. It's a sifa whose sifa who's feminine, okay? Yes, sifa whose feminine is not a proper noun, okay? This is this is all over here, okay? Sifa whose feminine is not a proper is not a fa'lanatu. You can tell that, okay? So, for example, sakranu, okay? Sakranu, example, sakranu, which means intoxicated. Sakranu is intoxicated. Atshanu, atshanu, okay, which means thirsty. So there's no word sakranatun, right? So you can't do that. Their feminines are not on the wazn of fa'lanatu, okay, and atshanu, okay. Thus, the word nadmanun is not ghayr munsarif because its feminine is nadmanatun on the wazn fa'lanatun. Okay, I don't know what nadmanun is. Okay, so there's some words, so you have to be careful here. Uh, so so alif wa noon zaidatan in proper nouns and alif and noon zaidatan in sifa, but those sifa whose feminine is not on the wasn't of fa'alanatun. Okay, so we got that. Okay, if the alif and noon are not extra or added, they're not zaidan, but are part of the original letters of the word, then it will not be ghayr munsarif. Okay, so if alif and noon are not part of the original word, but added later. So if alif and noon are not added later, they're not zaitan and part of the original word, then it will not be ghayr munsarif. Okay, so only if added later. Okay, only if added. Okay, um, okay. But a part of okay, and only if added. So shaitan would not be this because the alif and nun are part of the original word. So I was thinking Uthman, like wasn't alif and nun part of the original word Uthman? So I don't know that correct. So I don't that part I don't understand. Okay, so the next category. Let's keep going over here. Here's our categories. So the next category, we talked about alif and nun zaidan, and the next category is wazn fi'lin. Wazn fi'lin. So that's number 8. We're running out of room here. Let's do over here. Number 8. Okay, number 8 is wazn fi'lin. was on the words that sounds like on a wazn, on a pattern of verbs. Okay, so proper noun, which is alamun. Okay, on wazn of fi'lun, of some verb. Okay, or sifa, or sifa, sifa, on wazn of af'al, af'al. Okay, so noun on a pattern of verbs, or sifa on the pattern of af'al. Okay, so for example, here the sentence that's given is lasta, okay, lasta bi asbaqa, lasta bi asbaqa min ahmada. Okay, so that's the sentence. You are not more advanced. See, this is harf, but it should be majrur, but it's not. It's asbaqa because it's ghayr munsarif, more advanced. This, the word means more advanced. So the sifa that's in this pattern, okay, اسم تفضيل, right? صفة in the pattern اسم تفضيل is اسم تفضيل would be أصبح, and a pattern would be غير منصرف. من أحمد, or a name in this pattern of a verb such as أحمد. Okay, so and here the Ahmad is a ilm and is on the wazn of a verb. So this gets 2 points. 1 point because it's alamun, and another point because it's the wazn of a fi'l. Okay, is in the wazn of a af'al. And asbaha is a sifa, is on the wazn of a verb. Therefore, okay, so the asbaha is a sifa and is on the pattern of a verb. Okay, so that's why it gets 2 points there. Okay, um, and then another example is ja'a yazidu. Here yazidu is the alamun and is on the wazn of a verb yaf'alu. Okay, so yazid is another example. Yazidu, yazidu. Yazidu is another example because daraba yaduribu, like that. Okay, daraba. It's also, well, it's a noun. It's a pattern of a fi'l. Okay, that's good. And finally, number 9. We'll just talk about number 9 over here since we're down over here. Number 9, jam'u muntahi al jumu'u. Okay, is that plural? Jamu is the plural, which after the alif al jam'a, which, okay, after alif jam'a, alifu al jam'a, after the alif jam'i, alif of plural, okay, has one of the following. Okay, after alif of plural, it has one of these three quality. Okay, one, okay, it has one letter, one mushaddad letter. Mushaddad, one mushaddad letter. Let's write the Arabic of it. Mu mushadda, mushaddatun, one mushaddatun letter. Okay, so uh, so it is a plural, uh, and for example, the wabun. Okay, so this is the alif of plural. This is the alif of plural. After this, it has this shadda. Okay, that's the first category. So jam'a muntahal jamu, plural. Okay, it's a muntahal jamu. Number two, okay, is it has two mutaharrik letters. Okay, so after the alif has one mushadda, and after the alif it has two mutaharrik letters. It has two mutaharrik letters. It has one letter with the shadda on it, and it has two mutaharrik letters, such as masajidu. Okay, so here this is the alif al jama. So this is the alif al jama after it has two mutaharrik letters. Okay, and number three, okay, uh, after alif jama it has three letters. Okay, it has three letters. The middle letter with sakin. Middle letter is sakin. Is middle letter is sakin. Example, mafatihun. Mafatihu. So here is the alif. Okay, here is alif al jam'a, and it has three letters, and the third letter is sakin, and the middle letter of the three letters is sakin. So the jam'a, it is a plural, which it's a plural noun. Plural noun. Okay, which so in the plural noun there's an alif of uh, alif al jama, the alif of plurality. After it, you can have one letter, two letters, or three letters. If one letter is the shadda, okay, and two letters that are mutaharrik, it has three letters, and the middle letter is sakin. Okay, so those are the three. So one letter with the shadda, two letters that are the mutaharrik, or three letters, but the middle letter has a sakin. That's the ninth category. Okay, so if any of the words ends with a round ta marbuta, it will not be ghayr munsarif. Okay. Jama muntaha jamu is equivalent to two reasons. Okay. But if any letters, okay, so except if it ends with, you just put an except here. Okay. Except if the word ends with a ta marbuta, then none of this will apply. Okay. Such as sayaqilatun, okay, polishers. Sayaqilatun, okay. In this case, this is the alif of jam'a, and it's followed by three letters, uh, but has a ta marbuta, so it does not going to count. Okay. So anyway, and jam'u muntahal jumu jama muntahal jumu is equivalent to two reasons. So 2 points. Two reasons. Okay, so that's very cool. All right, so let's just so they just say this is like 2 points. There are two things that got 2 points. See, here's a list. Here's a list. Anyways, so all of this, the one that got like superstar 2 points is this one. 2 points. In other words, two reasons is equivalent to one. And the only other place we saw was 2 points was in the case of um, a noun, uh, all nouns that have alif al makhsura or alif mamduda, okay, uh, uh, are all feminine nouns with alif makhsura or alif mamduda. That's 2 points, okay. Those are in two cases at 2 points, okay. And finally, this is the last thing over here. And a ghayr munsarif noun will get a kasra. This is the exception. Ghayr munsarif noun will get kasra. This is the one exception. Kasra. In halatul of course. In halatul jari. In the following cases. Okay, in the two cases really. When it is mudaf. When it is mudaf. When it is mudaf, okay. غير munsarif will get a kasra if it's, and the second case it is, okay. Second scenario is when it has an al before it, okay. It has an al before it, okay. Examples. Let's take some examples. صليت في مساجدهم. في مساجدهم. See? Masajidu. Masajidu was a ghayr munsarif word, but here it's acting as a mudaf. This is mudaf, and this is mudaf ilayh. Okay, so in this case, it will take a kasra of the majrur form. Okay, because fi. Alright, and it has al before it. So, for example, zahabtu ila maqabiri. I went to the graves. Zahabtu ila al maqabiri. So, makhabir is a ghayr munsarif word because after this alif of plurality jam'a, there are two letters that are mutaharrik, right? But in this case, because it has this al, uh, it will take a kasra. Okay, so غير munsarif will take a kasra in half the jar if it is a mudaf or if it has a al. Okay, that's an important exception to the غير munsarif. So that's it for this massive section. Let's just do a quick review finally and to what we talked about and go from there. So this lesson was about aqsamul asma ul munsarif. The nouns that are declinable, they're called mu'rab. Mu'rab are two types. Mus, mus, munsarifun. Munsarifun, they completely decline. Ghair munsarifun, they partial decline. Ghair munsarif, they do not take kasra, they do not take tanween. Okay, and when they're supposed to take kasra, they'll take a fatha. And you have to have two causes of the 9 causes of declension, or one strong cause that's equivalent to two. And what are the 9 causes of declension? Asbabu man usarfi. We listed them over here. Asbabu man usarfi. And then let's do this. First is adlun, okay, proper noun, wasfun, sifa, and alam. Adlun is a noun that has transformed historically. Wasfun is a sifa, and alamun, which is a proper noun. Ta'nisun is a proper feminine noun. Ujmatun is a foreign name, and tarkibun, where the two nouns are combined together to make one, and they're proper nouns. And alif wa nun za'idatani. Alif and Nun Zaidatani. Alif and Nun Zaidatani is a very powerful one, remember? Alif and Nun Zaidatani are okay, so Alif and Nun Zaidatan. And then so 8 and 9 is wazn fi'lin if a noun is in the pattern of a verb. And then finally Jam'a, Muntaha, Jamu, and certain plurals with certain patterns we talked about. So this is a pretty impressive big section Inshallah, with the diligent review, we should be better. Salatu wassalam, wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.